Hey everyone, it's just Fair and I'm back with a new video, and this one's going to be a little different. For those of you who follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you saw me post this picture where I'm basically asking you to send any questions that you may have regarding natural hair, and I was going to try and answer them to the best of my ability. This is just a disclaimer, I'm not a hairstylist or anything like that. Every answer that I'm giving you is based off of my own experience with my hair, all the research that I've done before I went natural, and off of other YouTubers and my other natural friends. I have a lot of questions, and I know you're not all going to want to sit through and watch this whole thing out. So what I'm going to do is list every single question that I answered in the description box with the time that I answered it. So you can just click on the time and you'll watch whatever question you want. I'll make it easy for you, don't worry. So let's just go ahead and get started. When and why did I big chop, and was it hard? I big chopped March 21st, 2014. I was a sophomore in high school, and I did it because I was tired of my relaxed hair, and a lot of people around that time, they were going natural. I really liked how people were embracing everything that they were born with, basically. It was hard to do it because I didn't plan on chopping that day. I originally wanted to big chop that summer so that I had enough time to grow my hair out, so that I have to go to school the next day and people were like, dang, what happened to all your hair? Afterwards, it took a week to get used to, but I felt really liberated because I can just start all over. It was hard, but it wasn't overwhelming. What does it mean to be natural? To be natural, it means to embrace the hair that you were born with. So no chemical, getting a relaxer or a texturizer, even color treated hair. And I hesitate on saying that because even though it is your hair and you wear it every day, you can comb it, it's growing from your scalp, it's not the way that you were born with your hair. To be natural is the hair you were born with. You didn't do anything to alter it, you didn't use any chemicals or anything like that. That's your natural hair. What is transitioning and who can do it? Transitioning is going from relaxed hair to natural hair. Let's say your hair was permed and you want to go natural. There's no way for your hair after it's been permed for it to revert back to being natural. The only way it can go from being straight to curly is if you grow your hair out. Ignoring the whole curling your hair with a curling iron, because that's still not natural. It's not the texture of your hair. If you were to wash it, it goes right back to being straight. So to transition, you can do it if your hair was permed, texturized. That new growth, you'll see two different textures in your hair. So at the root of your hair, like right here where the hair grows, it will be curlier than the rest of your hair. So you'll see two different textures and you'll know exactly where to cut off to go from transitioning to being natural. How long should I transition for? This is kind of a personal thing. With me, I wanted to transition for a year, but like I said, things did not work out that way. I ended up transitioning for like 2-3 months. So it's really up to you and how long you feel like you can or want to transition for. How can I blend my hair when transitioning? When you're transitioning, you get two different textures. I just did Bantu knots. It got the whole hair curly. You couldn't tell which part was natural and which part was relaxed. I see some people try to do like twist outs and braid outs, but you can still tell the difference between the natural part and the relaxed part. So I stay away from those, or I tried to stay away from those. I was only transitioning for about 2-3 months. So when I did the Bantu knots, you couldn't tell which part was which, and I really liked that. Next question. I'm gonna have to read it, it's kind of long. How would you go about dealing with bald spots that form because of breakage? It's not like there's no hair there, but it's significantly shorter than the rest. I need to put this pen down. I keep clicking it, I'm sorry. If I'm dealing with breakage or hair thinning or bald spots, I would be extra careful when taking care of that part of the hair. I have shea butter and coconut oil, so I would just massage that area where you find it's thinning or balding, and I would just massage it before I go to sleep and massage it when I wake up in the morning. I'd also be careful when putting on clothes. I would make sure that my clothing doesn't actually touch that part of the hair when I'm putting it on or just throughout the day. I'd also be careful when combing it because too much manipulation can make the situation worse. So you don't want to keep combing it or anything like that. Just try and give it some space to do its thing. Give it some time. Make sure you keep it moisturized. You don't want it to dry out because that would also make the situation worse. I want to go natural, but I don't want to be made fun of. Any tips or advice? I'm gonna tell you this. Do you, boo boo. Don't worry about what that girl is saying over there or what those guys are saying to their friends, because it doesn't matter. They're not the ones who have that head of hair. It's you. I know with me, when I first went natural, I was really afraid about what everyone was going to say, especially since I did it before I had school and I didn't think about protective styles or anything. So I legit just went into school with a haircut and everybody was looking at me. I knew that some people were like, oh my gosh, your hair, you cut it looks so nice, but I knew it wasn't really sincere. So I would just be like, okay, thanks, and I'd go about my business. And I knew that there were people talking about me and saying all of those things, but at the same time, as they saw that my hair was growing, they were the same ones who would come up to me and ask me, hey, how'd you get your hair like that? It looks really nice. Wow, your hair grew a lot. I wouldn't pay attention to what anybody would say about my hair because I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing it for, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. How did your hair grow so fast? I realized it grew fast when I was looking back to when I first cut my hair, and I was like, wow, my hair grew a lot this year. And what I did was watched a lot of YouTube videos. I can tell you that. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to take care of your hair while transitioning, when you first go natural, all of that. I think that my hair grew a lot quicker the first year than the rest because I was still taking care of it as if it were transitioning. When I was transitioning, I was styling my hair like every other week, and I realized that I would spray my hair with water a lot. So water really did help my hair grow really fast. Hair is like a plant. Natural hair in general is like a tree, okay? You need to take care of that tree. You need to water that tree, okay? You need to put healthy soil around that tree. The soil being moisturizers. The tree needs sun. I had some sunlight in my hair, okay? So think of your hair as a plant, and you just need to water that plant, all right? Not every day, but you need to take care of the plant and make sure that your plant is growing healthy. You see something wrong with your hair, take action right away. Don't wait until it's way out of your control and you don't know what to do with it anymore. If you see something's wrong with it, do something. I made sure my hair was detangled at all times. I would not let my twist out stay too long to the point where my hair started to get tangled. I would go to sleep with a satin scarf or a bonnet or both because I'm a crazy sleeper and sometimes the bonnet would come off. What are some tips to keep your hair from breaking during all seasons? I'm going to start with the fall and winter time just because that's the easiest to explain, and that's kind of the season that we're in now, so I'm just going to start with the fall and winter. We find ourselves wearing scarves and like sweaters. If we're wearing our hair down like how my hair is right now, you can tell that the back of my hair would be touching my clothes or my scarf. Watch what kind of clothes that you're wearing because cotton would dry the ends of your hair, so that would cause the back of your hair to break a lot. I would keep my hair extra moisturized during the winter. I would use heavier, thicker butter creams, like when doing twist outs. I would use shea butter. I'd stay away from coconut oil because when coconut oil freezes, it turns white and you don't want white stuff in your hair. But I'd make sure that it's moisturized because it's very easy for your hair to get dry during the winter. And during the spring and summer times, it's a little, to me, I think it's a little easier to maintain. I would use lighter leave-ins, creams, all of that, and it didn't really matter what creams I used. But since it's the summertime, I would usually have my hair up just because I wouldn't want all that heat in the back of my head. I'd co-wash a lot more over the summer than the winter just because you're sweating and all that stuff. You don't want anything dirty in your hair, especially since the sun is out a lot more during the spring and summer. I would make sure to co-wash and keep my hair conditioned and moisturized because I wouldn't want it drying out like every other day. What are your favorite hair care products? I'm actually going to answer that in another video. So thank you to everyone who clicked on this video. I also want to thank everyone who actually participated and contributed to all the questions as well, because like I said, this video wouldn't have been possible without you. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell next to that button so that you get all the notifications of when I post new videos. I don't want you to miss them. Hit the subscribe button first, then the bell, so that you get those notifications. So make sure you rate, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!